I failed the salary number guessing game. Had my third interview over the course of 2 months for a job requiring my bachelor's in finance. I aced all the interviews and got to the final portion of the third interview where I asked the salary range for the job. Sorry, we can't tell you that. It's confidential and could damage us if it got into the hands of our competitors. I'm sure you understand. What is a figure you'd be comfortable with? I was somewhat stunned. And given that this is a 60-hour-a-week job, I responded that I'd like $60,000 per year. Immediately, the interviewer's face turned sour and she said that won't be doable. I said that's fine and that I'd take $50,000 per year and just want to finally secure a job after graduation. That's in line with our range. But the problem is, you already gave your number. And you can't take that back. I can tell this won't work out. So we're going to be pursuing other candidates at this time. Thank you so much for coming. What is the point of this guessing game from hell? Every interviewer acknowledged I would do the job wonderfully and I'd be the ideal candidate. Including her. Why do they do this guess the number game from the pits of Tartarus? I asked the salary range for the job. Sorry, we can't tell you that. It's confidential and could damage us if it got into the hands of our competitors. This is how I realized that every employer that says their pay is competitive is lying through their teeth. If an applicant on their third interview still can't get these companies to divulge their pay range, and every applicant is just jacking up their expected salary cause it's the only way to get a raise anymore, then there is no way these companies have any idea what others are paying and whether what they offer is competitive or not. That happened to me in my last interview. The company was hiring a help desk IT position. They wanted to hire around $5055K. When asked what I'd start at, I said $48K. The job offer came in a week later for a position as a level 2 network technician and a salary of $44K. When I asked what happened to the $50K we talked about, I was told that I was just money hungry and the job offer was rescinded. So $16 per hour is their number for BA in finance? I would say you dodged a bullet. That's starting pay for retail in a major market. If they don't give me a range, I get up and walk out. I don't want to work for a company that thinks they hold all the power. Because they will think that throughout your entire career with them in every aspect. I do feel your pain as you're trying to secure your first gig out of college. It sucks as these entry-level jobs require expert-level knowledge. 60 hours a week for $50K? You did well to avoid that. They make you do that because if you're willing to work for even less than what they can pay you, they want to pay you less. They thought paying you $20 an hour was too much with your little 4-year college degree. Amazing. Labor market is just totally effed. Every single place you go is short-staffed and no one wants to pay anyone. Make it make sense. Sorry, I can't tell you that. It's confidential and could damage my salary if it got into the hands of potential employers. I'm sure you understand. First interview, you should ask what the salary range is. If they push you for a number, then provide a range that you are actually comfortable with. I'm looking for something between $55,000 $65,000 depending on total comp and benefits. Does that align with your budget? Quote, if they say no, then you saved yourself a bunch of time. One of the greatest outcomes that CEOs least expected from the pandemic was that people all over the world started to realize their own self-worth in their careers. I wouldn't be surprised if all the management consultant firms immediately started sending out training modules to HR reps and CEOs on how to handle entitled millennials in the interview. process and pay them as little as possible, once they started to feel the effects. Salary is a question to ask before the first interview, not at the third. 60 hours a week? For only $50K? What a scam. They did you a favor. They flew their red flags high and let you know how toxic of a company they would be. If your competitors knowing this salary range would cause them to poach your best employees, could you provide me with a list of them so I know where to apply next? Quote, #This is the new normal. It is a psychological tactic to determine how much you think you're going to be valued. If you value yourself high, then you will want more raises and will be less productive when you don't get them. So they will pass on you. If you undervalue yourself, they will jump on it because they know when you ask for a raise and they give you less than cost of living, you'll likely be happy and continue to be very productive. I applied for a director of operations job moving from California to London. Went through 3 interviews without asking the pay range. I was expecting to begin the conversation at $120K. Turns out they were offering $50 to $60. Learned my lesson the real hard way. And also, that salaries in the UK are criminally low. I'm so thankful for Colorado's salary posting law. This behavior should be illegal. I am not exactly a seasoned businessman, but I don't understand what he meant when he said you couldn't take a number back. Isn't that exactly what a negotiation is? A back and forth discussion about a resolution? HR people are from hell.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.